The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Journeyman Stud, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Pearson Nissan, Tampa Bay Downs, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring graded stakes action from Gulfstream Park and Santa Anita, including a battle of turf horses in the Grade 2 Fort Lauderdale Stakes and a rising 3-year-old star in the Grade 3 Sham Stakes. We begin with sprinting fillies and mares at Tampa Bay Downs in the Minaret Stakes. Kur at 3-2, a slight favorite over Risky Rachel. Richard Grunder picks up the call.
With 3 furlongs still to run, Kur trying to take them start to finish. Risky Rachel set down for the drive second. Then it's some 6 lengths farther back toward the rail, Leah's Exchange. Racing along third and Ambusher. Now unwinding fourth with a 1/4 mile to run, Kur. And on the outside, here comes Risky Rachel and Daniel Centeno. They're into the stretch. Risky Rachel ranging up on the outside, and Kur appears to be struggling. Inside the final furlong, Risky Rachel on the outside, and Kur ties the battle back, but can't go with the classy mare, Risky Rachel. And she's in front and going away to take the Minaret Stakes.
In her first start off a nearly 15-month layoff, New York-bred Risky Rachel runs by Kur to defeat the favorite by 3 1/4 lengths. Daniel Centeno up in 1:10 Risky Rachel had been sidelined since finishing 5th in the Iroquois Stakes at Belmont Park in October 2012. A 4-time stakes winner in her home state, the Juan Coronel trainee records her first open stakes victory. The 7-year-old mare by Limehouse was bred in New York by her owner, Sanford Bacon. Risky Rachel has earned $412,000. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including sire stats. To Santa Anita for fillies and mares in the Passiana Stakes. Ron McAnally, who trained Hall of Famer Passiana, sent out Miss Serendipity as the 2-1 favorite. Trevor Denman has the call.
They run into the far turn, and Rock and Glory still the leader. Being taken on early now by Golden Production. Miss Serendipity's third. On the far side, Stanwyck starting a run. Halo Dolly in the blinkers, and still last Irish Presence. They tightly grouped as they run past the quarter pole. Golden Production on the far side. Rock and Glory has to find more at the rail. Stanwyck is moving into contention. Then Halo Dolly on the inside. Miss Serendipity got nowhere to go. They come for home now, and here's Stanwyck on the grandstand side. And Stanwyck coming home fast. Golden Production's tough, trying to keep her at bay now on the inside. Halo Dolly's in with a shot too. Coming for home, Stanwyck on the outside. Golden Production's all hot. And Golden Production kept on finding and came home to win it.
9-1 Golden Production by 3 Timney's Farm Stallion Exchange Rate holds off Stanwyck by a head. The second stakes winner of the weekend for Martin Pedrosa. The Keeneland Sells graduate clocked in 144-1. Since being claimed by trainer Peter Miller on behalf of Myron Miller for $40,000 out of a winning race at Santa Anita last October, Golden Production has extended her winning streak to 4. This marked her first stakes victory. The Pennsylvania-bred 5-year-old mare originally sold for $80,000 as a Keeneland November weanling. Golden Production has earned $208,000. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Why is Speightstown the hottest sire in town? Let's talk facts. Yeah, he knows speed, but Speightstown's runners aren't just fast, they can carry it. As in Travers and Jockey Club Gold Cup carrier. He's throwing Grade 1 fillies and colts that get it done in the biggest races, on every surface, at the toughest tracks worldwide. And he's got more stakes winners than any stallion from his own crop, including Medaglia d'Oro and Tappet. Now that's what I call horsepower.
Old Colony provides the best coverage with the best service at the best rates, insuring many of the finest farms and horses in the country at discounted rates for over 50 years. Let Old Colony provide insurance quotations from one of its nearly 20 different markets that will compete for your business. Old Colony Insurance, serving the horse industry with strength and stability at great rates for over 50 years. For more information, visit us online at oldcolonyinsurance.com.
The Stallions of Shadwell Farm, Hall of Fame member, Inbasor, winner of the Dubai World Cup and Breeders' Cup Classic, now siring stakes horses. Classic winner, Jazzle, a stakes sire from a great female family. Brilliant Miler, Dar, Grade 1 winner, and now a graded stakes sire. Albertus Maximus, winner of Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile and Don Handicap with outstanding early crops. Shadwell Farm.
Ocala Breeder Sales Company, where champions and Grade 1 stakes winners are sold, presents the next event on our sales calendar. The OBS Winter Mix Sale, January 22nd through 24th. OBS, we measure success by performance.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Living up at the Downs. Do you like having a great time?
Uncle Mo, undefeated Eclipse Award-winning juvenile and top-class sophomore. Uncle Mo recorded the highest Beyer speed figures of his generation at both 2 and 3. A magnificent individual who completely dominated his rival.
Here is Uncle Mo, and he is indeed the real deal.
Uncle Mo, superb in the juvenile.
Look at the time in the mud, 133 and 4.
Uncle Mo, North America's leading first-crop weanling sire in 2013, standing at Ashford Stud.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 3 Sham Stakes coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. To Oaklawn Park for fillies in the Dixie Belle Stakes. More Than Beauty, the 2-to-1 favorite. Once again, here's Frank Miramati.
The leader is Zip On, who zips along and opens up 2.5 lengths. At the rail, More Than Beauty trying to keep pace. Denali Cattail is just outside of her, now claiming second. They are followed by Street Story in fourth, as More Than Beauty losing ground steadily. Racing Holidays, Silver Valley is next. They are followed by Wicked Dixie with 1/4 mile to run. The leader, Zip On. Street Story is moving up nicely in between horses. These two will arrive at the 8th pole together. Street Story is closing strongly, as is Questley, who has surfaced late on the outside of Denali Cattail. Down at the rail, it's Racing Holiday, 16th pole, and Street Story takes command. Questley continues to make solid progress late. Street Story, Questley on the rail. It's Racing Holiday. Street Story wins the Dixie Belle.
5-2 second choice Street Story takes it by a length over Longshot Questley. Ricardo Santana Jr. aboard the Keeneland South graduate in 1:14.1 over the sloppy track. Street Story broke her maiden in her second start at Churchill Downs last summer. And following a 6-month layoff, the Steve Asmussen trainee finished second in the L'Atelier Memorial Stakes at Fairgrounds. The filly by Street Cry, out of a half-sister to Horse of the Year Point Given, was bred in Kentucky by John C. Oxley and was a $155,000 Keeneland September yearling. Street Story has earned $98,000 for Whispering Oaks Farm. To Aqueduct for 3-year-old fillies in the Ruthless Stakes. Summertime Friend, the 9-10 favorite, John Embrial picks up the call.
The 3-year-old fillies head up the backstretch, and it is Summertime Friend with the lead by a length and a half. Vera Amorte has come off the rail, is racing in second through an opening quarter mile in 23-2. Alpaca Fina, Mamduha right together, third and fourth, and then it's 4 lengths. To keep in mind who trails as they race midway on the turn. Summertime Friend, the odds-on choice here, leads by a head. Vera Amorte now draws right alongside. Mamdahar has asked for more and is coming on the outside. So the 3 of them will hit the top of the stretch together. Vera Amorte, Mamdahar on the outside. Summertime Friend is now back running in third. The half in 47 seconds. Vera Amorte all out to hold off Mamdahar. Mamdahar on the outside. Vera Amorte on the inside. The 2 of them heads apart with a 16th of the wire. Mamduhar, Vera Amorte. It's going to be tight in the Ruthless, and it is a photo finish.
And here's another look at that photo finish. It's Vera Amore with the lead on the inside, under 118 pounds, and Irad Ortiz Jr. But Mamdaha is gaining with every stride on the outside, toting high weight of 122 pounds, and Eddie Castro. And Mamdaha gets up to take the photo by a nose. Homebred Mamdaha by Shadwell Farm stallion Daher sprints 6 furlongs over the muddy track in 1:12 flat. After finishing second in her debut, the Kieran McLaughlin trainee has put together a 3-race winning streak. Mamdaha capped off her 2-year-old campaign with a 4.5-length victory in the Gin Talking Stakes at Laurel Park. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Shadwell Farm and is owned by Shadwell Stable. Mamdaha has earned $170,000. To Santa Anita for the Grade 3 Sham Stakes. Only 4 went postward with Midnight Hawk, the 2-5 favorite. Trevor Denman picks up the call.
On to the backstretch they go now, and on the outside, Midnight Hawk picking up the pace. Midnight Hawk now puts his head in front. Christo's still right there at the rail. Only a length and a half back to Ontology, and I'll wrap it up at the rail. They run past a half-mile pole. Midnight Hawk on the far side. Christo's come right back. They head and head again with a half-mile to run. A length and a quarter back comes Ontology. I'll wrap it up at the rail. They run past the 3/8 pole, and Christo's come right back on the inside. Midnight Hawk right there. These 2 nose and nose as they come to the quarter pole. Ontology's trying to hang tough in third. I'll wrap it up, drops out. They have a quarter of a mile left to go. Christo down at the rail. Midnight Hawk on the outside. Still stride for stride. Midnight Hawk the advantage now, though. And Midnight Hawk takes the lead and kicks for home. Christo's second. Ontology plugging away third. Past the 8th pole, and it's Midnight Hawk. Now he shifted in a little, but he's clear by a length and a half. Christo comes back at him on the outside. Midnight Hawk digs deep. He finds more, and Midnight Hawk will come home to win it.
Odds-on favorite Midnight Hawk rolls home by a length and 3/4 over Christo. Mike Smith, the winning jockey, in 1:36.2. Smith was also aboard when the Bob Baffert trainee broke his maiden by 6 1/4 lengths on debut at Hollywood Park in December. The colt by Midnight Loot was bred in Kentucky by Mike Pegram. Midnight Hawk has earned $87,000. The winner is owned by Hillendale Equine Holdings. Joel Queenie-Vaili, head coach of the defending Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks. Blackhawks assistant Mike Kitchen, former Minnesota Vikings head coach Mike Tice, and Pegram. Midnight Hawk paid $280 to win, and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Coming up, a turf battle at Gulfstream Park.
All roads lead to Pearson Nissan in Ocala. Pearson Nissan, the new leader in North Central Florida. See us for a super selection, low prices, and leading customer service. Each month, hundreds of people shop at Pearson Nissan. Why? They get the car they want at the price they want. Come see us. You'll be glad you did. All roads lead to Pearson Nissan of Ocala.
Pearson Nissan, doing business the right way every day.
State Road 200, Ocala.
Wholesome food that's fresh from Florida. You already know how good it is. But did you know that buying locally makes a good thing even better? Food grown here by Florida farmers doesn't need to be shipped as far. That saves fuel and cuts emissions, which helps the environment. Buying Florida-grown products creates jobs and generates revenue, and that helps our economy. Fresh from Florida. Good for the environment, good for the economy, good for you.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
In this game, there's no room for second best.
To be the best, you need the best. Actistatin Equine. Clinically proven joint protection. 3 U.S. patents and 2 clinical trials prove Actistatin Equine is the most powerful joint formula on the planet. Superior absorption helps your athlete lubricate, strengthen, renew. No other product even comes close. Find your best with Actistatin.
Ask your veterinarian or call for a free consultation. 866-587-7333.
Multiple graded stakes winner Parading is from the extraordinary family of Personal Ensign.
Here comes Personal Ensign. My flag is up to the test.
Parading won stakes on dirt, turf, and all weather over a variety of distances. A versatile graded stakes winner from a family of champions with looks to match. Parading. Come see him at Claiborne.
Keeneland, a long-running tradition of Eclipse Award champions. Of the 12 categories for racing's highest honor, 16 nominees are Keeneland sales graduates or have distinguished themselves through Keeneland Racing in 2013, like Will Take Charge, Wise Dan, Royal Delta, Beholder, and Groupie Doll, with a history of producing champions that shine in racing's biggest events. Why buy anywhere else? Good luck to all horses with a Keeneland connection in this year's Eclipse Awards.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Gulfstream Park for turf horses in the Grade 2 Fort Lauderdale Stakes. Summer Front, the 6-5 favorite. Here's the call by Larry Colmus.
They're racing in the Fort Lauderdale in an awkward start for Yellow. It is How Great out for the lead. There goes Utley to the outside and Tetradram from the inside. And now Yellow, who did not come out smoothly, is up to join them. And these 4 are right together as they move for the turn. Then the favorite Summerfront, who's down on the rail just inside of Nicky's Sandcastle. After that, Slumber and Mucho Macho. It is Tetradram on top. Luis Saez and Tetradram lead the way to the backstretch. A length and a half to How Great in second. Yellow is third. The first quarter was an easy one, 25 seconds flat. Then a hard-held Summerfront. 4th on the inside, 4 off the lead. Utley is next. Nicky Sandcastle has 6 lengths to make up at this stage. Then Slumber, followed by Mucho Macho, who's lingering at the back now. 11 lengths off the lead as they continue their way up the backstretch. Tetradram out there by 2.5 now. Runs a half in 49 seconds flat. How Great is second, Yellow third, Summerfront. Still hard held 4th on the inside. It's going to need a way through. Then Utley, Nicky's Sandcastle is next. Slumber is moving up on the outside of horses. And Mucho Macho. Tetradram up top. How Great attacks Utley. Swings up on the far outside. And then comes Yellow, Summerfront. Still in behind horses in 5th. Nicky Sandcastle. And they're into the stretch. And it is still Tetradram in front. Summerfront's got a clear run at him now. Tetradram reaching for the wire. Summerfront on the outside. Nicky Sandcastle third. Summerfront. Tetradram fighting on the inside. Summerfront. and Joe Bravo have won.
The heavy favorite Summer Front by Claiborne Farm Stallion Warfront rallies to defeat Tetra Ram by 3/4 of a length. Joe Bravo aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 142-1. Winner of both the Grade 3 Miami Mile and the Grade 3 Cliffhanger Stakes during a limited 4-year-old campaign, Summer Front was coming off a nose setback in the Grade 2 Citation Handicap. The 5-year-old horse was bred in Kentucky by Graceville Breeding. Trained by Christophe Clement, Summer Front has earned $704,000 for Waterford Stable. The colt was consigned by Niall Brennan to the 2011 Keeneland April 2-year-old sale, where he was purchased by Stephen W. Young agents for $475,000 after this quarter-mile breeze in 21-1. Multiple graded stakes winner Summer Front, the Keeneland Sells Graduate of the Week. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture.